the 1600s to current to now. And so in each time the curtains close, the clothes would change due to the time. Is that right? Yeah. And so the spirituals it's about timing. So basically, I haven't. I've been focusing on all this TV stuff and singing all around God's creation. So I haven't been able to spend much time on that. But I got offered to do a couple of Broadway shows. I went down to New York. They said it's yours if you want it. I turned them all down because at the time, it was about 5 months ago actually. No, less than that. 3 months ago. I turned them all down, and the reason why, because Simon Cowell was like, well, you know what, that's what happened to Fantasia, you know, they put her in there, she got stuck, and didn't nobody know who she was, she should be out there. Why don't you go do Broadway when you're 45, 50 years old? So right now I'm just exploring recording. So putting many recordings out as I possibly can, so I can have a little musical legacy.
Yeah, I have a question. First of all, you have one of the best voices I've heard in quite a while. And all of you work together so well. I was wondering, have you put out an album together yet? Or do you intend to?
Oh, you give me that question, do you? That's a loaded question. We have recorded some of this music you heard tonight, and I do believe that the songs that we've done with Lawrence will be released on a CD, right? Yeah. And he'll let you know all about it.
Second part of my question: how did you start off? I never saw you come up there one time, but everybody started at the same time.
Okay, I want everybody to go la with me. Okay, ready? La. Okay, now. La. You got it. Okay.
My question is this. I'm a homegirl too, so thank you so very much. I'm very proud of you. You're from Mississippi.
Thank you. You're welcome.
My question is, at what point did you recognize your skill as an artist and your ability to sing? That's my first question. And my second question is, in terms of, I looked on the internet, it looks like you're developing something around this theme. Is there going to be a recording that will eventually surface that will be available for purchase?
Are you talking about The Unsung Human?
Yes.
Okay, there we go again with the suit. Unsung Human is I'm launching what's happening is that I have a saying that I say. It says, if we listen to the words of a song as much as the beat, that very song may save us for a lifetime. So we're losing a lot. People call me, I don't want to say too much, but more of an activist. They labeled me as that because I was very vocal, even on America's Got Talent. You know, you can call me on a show to do a show, and as America's Got Talent, don't tell me what to do. I'm going to go out there and sing what I want to sing, you know, because those are the rules they tell you when you go on there, you know. And so, but Simon told me, he said, you know what, if you hadn't came on here and sung anything else before, he said it was a good choice you did Old Man River. Because if you had came on here with anything else, like a whole bunch of, you know, African Americans do, you would have probably got booted off, probably in the second round. So I started thinking, I said, wow, you know, you have our radios are saturated with a whole bunch of music that are just whatever. And I don't want to say that because I'll probably be doing some garbage too soon. I'm just joking. Well, I understand what you're saying, but you know, you listen to the radio and it's just, you know, the classical music now is just, everything is being watered down, and so everything is going mainstream, everything is going real fast, and you know, the baby boomers are dying off, and you have the young people coming in with all this new age stuff, and So I'm just like, Lord have mercy. So Unsung Human is what I'm trying to do, is to create an awareness to what I feel what's lost. You know, trying to create and bring back this music that I feel that's lost. Because a lot of our young people, if they heard the music, listen to the words and the lyrics of some of these songs, maybe they'll put down some of these guns. Yeah. Maybe they will start thinking, maybe they'll pick up a textbook here and there, you know. Wow. Yeah, but you know, and when you look at songs like Lord, How Come Me Here, Sometimes I Wished I Never Was Born, that song has a powerful message in the song. It's one of the main songs I'm quite sure you heard. But what's happening is when you hear Lord, How Come Me Here, Sometimes I Wish I Never Was Born, if you look at the website, it says these songs began as groaning cries. These people weren't sitting back writing those songs, so I'm about to write a hit up in here, you know? Right. That ain't how it came about. They wrote these songs from the heart. A lot of them came from, hold on. You know, didn't nobody know what was going on, like on Amazing Grace. Didn't nobody know about, you know, they just wrote these songs, came from groaning, they came from crying. It's like, Lord, they done took my children. Oh, Lord, have mercy on my soul. You know, as you can remember, my grandma was still back at the South, and she still do it. Sit back rubbing her legs and going back and forth, you know. And so these people, in some kind of way, and going back into, I was reading some things on Paul Robeson, and they, in the early 1900s, when these slaves came from, they would come down through Pennsylvania and through Canada and all this stuff. They would try. They took they took the. Maybe I was going to answer some other questions before. They tried to shut them up. The songs, they tried to shut them up. They didn't want them to sing these songs. And still down to this day.
That's what they're doing right now.
That's what they're doing right now. That's what I'm getting to. They're doing it right now. So that's why I'm creating Unsung Human, to bring back an awareness of what I feel is being lost.
I have a quick question. I'd like for our celloist to take a swing at it. In terms of working with I just noticed how we're placed on stage here. Kind of interesting, isn't it? It just kind of happened, but it's interesting. But the question was, in terms of working with Lawrence and Dr. McLean, being a classical artist, playing note by note, usually, and working with black artists who sometimes play note by note, but sometimes improv. How has that blend, or how does that work for you? And that sometimes we might not play the same thing each time, but the same way, but the same feeling and melody. But being a classical musician, I'm assuming it's basically the same each time, or is that true? How does that blend happen?
That's a loaded question. Well, I don't do a ton of improv. Actually, I play in a group called Philharmonia Baroque. And ironically, Baroque music has a lot more in common with maybe Dr. McLean's style of music and jazz, because there's a lot more improv in that than there is at what you would hear at Davies Hall. So it's not totally foreign to me, but yeah, you're right. It is a slightly different way of approaching the same thing, for sure.
Make a comment on that? About the classical being the same. I think the trick with that is when you perform the same thing over and over and over and you do see the exact same thing on the page, the trick is to make it sound different every time and to have the group so alert and breathing together so that if somebody wants to take a little time or do a little extra slide or something, everybody goes with you.
What about you, Dr. McLean, working with a classical group? Have you worked a lot with classical groups, and how has that blend been for you?
Yes, over the years I have worked with a number of classical groups, and Gold Coast is a superb group, and they were able to pick up the music that was provided to them and modify it. The music wasn't necessarily all on the page, so they were professional in that regard and able to modify it and adjust, and I think the blend that we've created and continue to create is evolving. And I think by the time we do this 10 or 12 times, we'll be there.
One last question. Okay, here.
I'm 24 years old, and I just want to say, as a young black man, what you're doing is wonderful. I would encourage some of my friends to just come and see what you just performed, because it was amazing.
I've got so many questions, but the artists have to perform tomorrow afternoon, so they've got to get home.
It's not a question, it's a comment.
30 seconds or
I
less.
just want to say I appreciate the background, the screen, the history, the connection. It just made the whole performance and what you were doing, it told the story. It helped to tell the story.
Great. And we'll end with the youth. Did you have a question, young man?
He's a little shy, but he wants to ask you, Lawrence, have you ever thought about singing jazz? He loves jazz. And he was hoping you were going to sing some jazz.
Well, I do sing jazz. It's just that I want to say this to you and to my brother back here that just spoke a minute ago. You know, don't be afraid to go to school and learn music. You know, what's happening now, the internet, the technology has handicapped a lot of our artists. And it's very important that you go learn music. It's very important. So yeah, I sing jazz, but my love is in vocal classical music. And I love jazz, and I will get your information when I'm over at Yoshi's or Blue Sky Ribbon, Blue Jean, whatever the name of this place is. I'll invite you guys out.
Thank you.
Thank you all very, very much. Have a good evening. Okay, one more. Okay, go ahead. Sure.
You sang Summertime, which is from Porgy and Bess, and it's always sung by a female. Why did you choose to sing that when there are other things in the opera that are sung by baritones?
Well, it's just like the Chinese children's song. I normally sung in a high. I like doing things a bit different.
Not necessarily sung by a child.
Right. And so with Summertime, what happens here is that, first of all, Paul Robeson, which I love so dearly, did Summertime. And being that I just like doing things the opposite sometimes of what people normally.
And it worked.
Okay, doctor, one last one. Final last one.
It's just one of the things I do.
All right.
A little message.
Okay, one last.
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's
And maybe there's something to add to the repertoire if you don't already. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you.